This is episode 2 of building an e-commerce software without any experience, and why having zero experience in building a software might actually be my biggest advantage. Last week I shared with you why e-commerce brands are struggling with email and SMS marketing, not only for themselves, but also working with an agency. I showed you how I deliver results for my clients, but why that is not sustainable for long-term growth. I was reaching my limit. So I mapped out the problem and I went deep on finding a solution. One of the things that I've learned in my 6 years journey as an entrepreneur is that if you have a problem and you want to create a solution, you need to understand your current workflow and systems of you, your team, but also your clients. Even if you outsource to other departments or freelancers, you cannot create a solution if you don't understand the details. So I got a tip from Ja that I need to laugh more before I start recording. So I will do that for the next shots. So now I will show you what I did so you can do it also for your own business. And first thing that I did was mapping out the entire process of the workflow of a new client, right? And then I was mapping out per department what is exactly the workflow, the steps that we need to do in order to deliver our service. So once I had done and mapped this all out, I was basically asking myself the questions: what cost me or you the most time, and which areas are making the most mistakes? By asking these two questions, you can really find the bottlenecks within your business. And what is a good tip that you should focus on is the self-reflection. So you as a business owner, what costs you the most time and what area are you making the most mistakes? But also the workload, this also for your team, the communication within your team, with your clients, and also on your systems. Okay, so make sure that you take it broad, and for each of those parts, you start self-reflecting. And one important thing is what I've learned is that you can map this all out, but especially if you have a team, you need to ask your team members because they are 24/7 in this process. So that is something that I did, and you can basically pause the video right now, but these are some questions that I was asking for my whole entire team, and this part in here was for me the most important. So one of the things that I was asking is, hey, how did the workload affect your ability to maintain a healthy work-life balance? But also, did you experience any stress or burnout during this period? And what can be prevent this from happening in the future? And one of the questions that was super interesting is that I was asking, if you were in charge of optimizing our systems, what would you change first? By asking these questions, and you can pause it and create it for your own team, you get so much valuable data. So I needed to understand exactly where is the bottleneck within our process and systems. And once I've gathered all of the feedback, it was time to leverage AI. My team and I, we had some experience with ChatGPT and AI, and based on all of the feedback, we start testing with ChatGPT to find our solution. And later I realized that if you say you have experience with ChatGPT, that means that you have zero experience with AI. After long nights trying stuff with ChatGPT, I kinda had the feeling that I was heading in the right direction. But still, the process wasn't bulletproof. However, with this first version that I already created by myself, I was showing it to my lead team, and we all went actually pretty excited, and we saw the potential. I realized that I have a massive problem to solve. And yeah, I will be honest, I knew nothing about AI. That's why sometimes the best person is not necessarily the one that's the most technical one. It is the person who feels the pain the most deeply.
Mama hit my phone and said rap's no good. Better than it telling me the check's no good.
Over the years, I've built a pretty good network of business owners in different markets. I reached out to them and I was talking about the problems that I was facing and my potential solution, and everything changed until I had a call with my good friend Ja. For some context, I knew Ja already and I know that he is deep into AI. I hopped on a meeting with him, explaining my limit, the solution that I had in my mind, and if it was possible to solve it with AI. And he told me that every concern that I had is solvable with AI. Want wat we eigenlijk doen, nu kan een copywriter en een designer ongeveer 8 e-mails per dag doen. Nou, nu hebben we de copies binnen 10 minuten voor elke e-mail. En iedereen gebruikt wel AI, maar dan hun eigen AI's. Dus er is niet echt een proven AI specifiek voor e-mail en sms marketing. Met dit, want we zijn het nu een beetje aan het testen. Kijk, het is dus nog niet goed als het gaat om de copies. Maar We kunnen letterlijk een prompt maken, waar we dus alle e-mails met de templates waar we dus die prompt op gebaseerd hebben, kunnen zeggen van schrijf de welcome flow. En dan heb je direct 7 e-mails, wat aligned is met de tone of voice, wat conversion optimized is.
Heel erg belangrijk met AI is eigenlijk dus heel erg accuraat omschrijven wat je wil, maar ook genoeg context toevoegen, zoals wat je eigenlijk hebt, bijvoorbeeld die brand doc. Ja, nice.
Cool, laten we naar bed gaan, bro. En bij jou is het ook laat.
Ik moet nog wel letterlijk gewoon werk gaan fixen.
Ja, ik ook. Ik heb ook nog 1 meeting. Thanks so much voor je tijd. Sowieso echt een value, bro. Je hebt nog meer mijn ogen geopend hoe erg deze solution kan werken. And he told me that AI works the same as a person, and the better you train it, the better the results. I know he was right, but still I didn't have a lot of experience, so I knew it will not be easy. But here is where it gets interesting. Once we had our meeting, he was asking me if we can solve this problem for your own team, why not solving it for other brands? In the next episode, I will show you the first steps on how we turn this idea into reality, how we start mapping out the idea for a software, our early experience with AI, and the hard lessons that we learned entering this new territory. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment on what you think of this building in public and the new software that we're going to build, and I will see you in the next one.